Thank you for joining us for our second lesson of this Advent season. Last week, we learned about the prophets. Do you remember any of the prophets' names?
Micah.
Micah was one of the prophets from long ago who wrote, "O Bethlehem, who are little, from you shall come the one who is to be ruler in Israel."
Yes.
And then another prophet also wrote down God's words to his people. Do you remember?
Isaiah.
Isaiah wrote, "The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light." So let's light the candle for the prophets as we move on to this week's lesson. 400 years passed from the time when God spoke through the prophets in the Old Testament to the time when the New Testament began. And in those years, there was nothing but silence and waiting. The empires of the Medes and the Persians had come to an end. The Romans had taken control of the land of Israel. And King Herod was the leader, the ruler of Judea. At this time, an angel from God appeared to a young woman named Mary. The angel Gabriel said, "Greetings, O favored one, the Lord is with you." Mary was afraid, but the angel said, "Do not be afraid, for you have found favor with God. You will have a son, and you shall call his name Jesus. He will be called the Son of the Most High, and God will give to him the throne of David, and he will reign over the house of Jacob forever. His kingdom will never end." Meanwhile, the angel also appeared to Joseph. Joseph and Mary were going to be married, and the angel said to Joseph, "Don't be afraid to get married. Mary is going to have a baby. You will name him Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins." So when Joseph awoke, he did as the angel of the Lord commanded. Mary and Joseph were married. Let's light the candle for Mary and Joseph as we answer some questions from today's lesson. To which king of Israel was Joseph related?
King David.
King David. What message did the angel give to Mary?
Greetings, the Lord has blessed you and is with you.
Right. And what did he tell her not to be? He said, "Do not be
Afraid.
Do not be afraid." And did Mary feel afraid when she saw the angel?
Yes.
Did Joseph feel afraid?
Yes.
How did Mary and Joseph show that even though they felt afraid, they trusted in God?
Because they believed in the angel.
They believed what the angel told them about Jesus being sent to them from God and that he would be the Savior. And they went ahead and got married as the angel commanded, right? Why is it sometimes hard to wait? Mary and Joseph had to wait for baby Jesus to be born. The people of Israel had to wait hundreds of years for the words of the prophets to come true. Why is it hard to wait?
Because you might be bored, it could be boring, or
something can take really long,
or like
that is boring.
You could be afraid of what could happen next.
Right. You might be bored and tired of waiting, or you could be afraid of what's coming next. Those things make it hard to wait. The angel said to Mary and Joseph, "Do not be afraid." What is something from this lesson that helps you feel less afraid? That helps you not to be afraid?
Because you trust in Jesus.
Trusting Jesus. Do we know that these things came true?
Yes.
We know that these things that Mary and Joseph waited for, that the prophet waited for, came true. And we are waiting to celebrate the birth of Jesus now during this Advent season. Does it make you feel glad that the angel told Mary and Joseph that they didn't have to be afraid?
Yes.
Yes.
It is good to know that God does not want us to be afraid. Please come next week for our third lesson as we journey to Bethlehem.